Stendhal, pseudonym of Marie-Henri Beyle, born January 23, 1783, Grenoble, France, died March 23, 1842, Paris, one of the most original and complex French writers of the first half of the 19th century, chiefly known for his works of fiction. His finest novels are Le Rouge et le Noir, 1830, The Red and the Black, and La Chartreuse de Parme, 1839, The Charterhouse of Parma. The more one pleases everybody, the less one pleases profoundly. The boredom of married life inevitable destroys love, when love has preceded marriage. But, if I sample this pleasure so prudently and circumspectly, it will no longer be a pleasure. A very small degree of hope is sufficient to cause the birth of love. Love is a beautiful flower, but we must be brave enough to pick her up from the edge of a precipice. There is nothing so beautiful, lovable and moving as the English countryside. Old age is nothing but the absence of madness, the loss of illusion and passion. Faith, I am no such fool, everyone for himself in this desert of selfishness which is called life. I cannot provide the reality of events, I can only convey their shadow. There are as many styles of beauty as there are visions of happiness. If you don't love me, it does not matter, anyway, I can love for both of us. I love her beauty, but I fear her mind. One can acquire everything in solitude except character. The man of genius is he and he alone who finds such joy in his art that he will work at it come hell or high water. The power of modesty is so great that a tender woman betrays herself with her lover rather by deeds than by words. Half, the most beautiful half, of life is hidden from him who has not loved passionately. People happy in love have an air of intensity. On a cold morning in winter, a Toscan cigar fortifies the soul. The pleasures of love are always in proportion to our fears. The love is similar to fever, she arises and passes irrespective of your will. The shepherd always tries to persuade the sheep that their interests and his own are the same. What is really beautiful must always be true. This is the curse of our age, even the strangest aberrations are no cure for boredom. The pleasures of love are always in proportion to our fears. Mathematics allows for no hypocrisy and no vagueness. A good book is an event in my life. Life is too short, and the time we waste in yawning never can be regained. After moral poisoning, one requires physical remedies and a bottle of champagne. Beauty is the promise of happiness. Life is too short, and the time we waste in yawning never can be regained. Only great minds can afford a simple style. Live simply so that others may simply live. Only great minds can afford a simple style. Mathematics allows for no hypocrisy and no vagueness. A very small degree of hope is sufficient to cause the birth of love. In love, unlike most other passions, the recollection of what you have had and lost is always better than what you can hope for in the future. The less sex you have, the more inspiration you have for beautiful things.